Hey everyone, this is WobblyWallaby. Today I'll be showing a sneak peek of the skill inheritance system for Ragnarok Mobile Eternal Love. I will be showing footage from my beta account, so this is also subject to change. Now there's lots to choose from with various costs, so choose wisely. I'll give my thoughts on which are the best skills you should invest in. Luckily, to unlock the skill inheritance system, it's quite easy. In your quest, you'll have an abyss-like feature, and then the quest doesn't take too long, it's less than 5 minutes. Then you're transported to Abyss Lake, another enormous map for you to explore. From walking around, you'll find this NPC that will help you with your skill inheritance. Now you start off with 5 energy, and then use Dragon Ball shards as your currency. Dragon Bone shards are the currency you'll most often be using to increase your energy and level up. You can convert to a specific class's shard by using these Dragon Bone shards. Now unfortunately, it is quite hard to get these shards. From doing story and quests, you will get a bunch, and then you can also painfully grind for about 2 per day by doing the Abyss-like dailies. People will most likely just pay BCC since the wait time is horrid. You can see some in the shop right here. Now for the dailies, for example, killing 3000 monsters on this map will give 2 different shards. Also, there are 2 mini and 1 MVP you can kill per day with a chance to get a drop there, although these are very tough and it took me a while to kill them. You also see a percentage in the avatar. If they're not available, once it goes to 100%, then that means it will spawn, so it definitely takes a while to wait. Now, for example, here I want the Thief skill, so I exchange Dragon Bone shards for the Thief shards. And for example, I level up Hallucination Walk. But Hallucination Walk is 7 energy, so I need to expand it. I pay 15 shards to get 7 energy, which is really not a bad deal. Then I can drag my Hallucination Walk to the bar, which now supports up to 3 skills. Then you can see me equip it on my character as well. Now note, all hero classes can use the inherited skills without any restrictions, but if this skill is for a given class, say Acolyte, Acolyte cannot use Acolyte skill inheritance. So yet again, hero class benefits the most from this instead of helping out non-hero classes. It would have been nice to buff non-hero classes by giving them some hero class skills. Now before I cover all these skills, I do want to thank Cremissi for the translations and info. I'll put a link to his spreadsheet if you want the full information as well as some very useful notes. Let's begin with skill quality 1, which has a 3 energy cost. Personally, I find all of these to be very low impact for the amount of Dragon Bone shards it requires. For example, to get to level 9, it would take 117 Dragon Bone shards, which is a lot. Now when this does get first release, I will not be investing in any of these because the impact to Dragon Bone shards is really bad. Next is skill quality 2, which has a 4 energy cost. To max to level 9, it would take 230 Dragon Bone shards. Aura Blade from Knight is a good choice for auto attackers. I like that it scales off Agi and increases auto attack damage. That is good value and my pick for any auto attack class for skill quality 2. Next, for Discipline of Justice for Crusader, the resist of 9% at max level is a bit too low, so I'm not a huge fan of the impact. Next, Status Vulnerability is for Mage. The percentage isn't crazy high, and also this doesn't work for all PvE instances, so I'll pass on this one. Next is Mental Agitation for Sage. The MDef lowering is good, but it takes quite a long time to accumulate. Originally, Sage can use the Bolter build to stack this crazy fast, but many classes can't hit at that speed, so I'm not sure how impactful this would be. Next is Improved Concentration for Archer. If no movement is made within 1 second, increase the final damage by 0.5 to 4.5%. This condition is fairly easy to achieve and can be used anywhere. I like this way more than Status Vulnerability, and this is my favorite one here for skill quality 2 DPS. Next is Magic Reduction for Acolyte. I think the percentage of max 1 point percentage is too low. Next is Comprehend, that provides a 4.5% cast delay and it's not that high. This might be useful for mechanic farming, but again, the percentage is not going to make that big of a difference. Next is Dragon Scale for Monk. I find the chance to reflect at 4.5% is way too low to be impactful, so I'll pass on this one. Next is Human Heart's Light for Mechanic. The demi-human reduction PvP is reduced by 2/3, so it goes to 2% to 7.3% demi-human reduction, which isn't that great. If they hadn't added such a huge reduction, then I think this would be really good for PvP. Next is Oceanic Power for Dorum. I like that it does bonus healing, physical damage reduction, and magic damage reduction by 0.5 to 4.5%. It covers a lot, so this is my favorite skill quality 2 support skill. Next is skill quality 3, which costs 7 energy. To max to level 9, it takes 520 Dragon Bone Shards, which is a ton. But before you see this as unattainable, the most important part of these skills is the impact for the Dragon Bone Shards. For example, even at level 1, some of these skills are game changing. So first is Defending Aura for Crusader. It is a big movement speed and attack speed reduction for a lot of range physical damage reduction. I personally don't like how slow it makes me, so I'll pass on this. Next is Amplified Magic Power for Mage. You can do up to 45% more magic damage for 10 seconds. This is a very big modifier, and for magic DPS this is by far the best one you should focus on, and you should try this first. Next is Magic Rod for Sage. This is my pick for support because you can have up to 18% chance to dodge all magic damage for 30 seconds. I think this has become very useful, and I'm glad many classes can take advantage of this. Next is Hallucination Walk for Thief. This is probably best used for boss hunting and any class that does more damage based on movement speed. The debuff can be countered by the new Nameless One Shoe card or the Moonlight Flower Star card. Next is Exceed Break for Archer. For auto attackers, Exceed Break is fantastic since it gives huge buffs to Dex, Int, Crit, and critical damage, with the downside of less agi and attack speed. This is especially good if you lack critical damage. This is definitely one that I would choose if I was an auto attacker. Next is Song of Return, which is for Bard or Dancer. This is my favorite skill quality 3 skill, and the one I will first invest in. Even at level 1, you're able to resurrect someone, which is a skill that many classes don't have. So if your saint dies, now you have a chance to bring them back. I've had times where I tried to use Yggdrasil Leaves to resurrect, but it's much too slow and then we end up dying. So being able to resurrect is definitely extremely useful for a party. And this also opens up some wonderful party experiences you can have, for example having a meme all 6 Stellar Hunter party where you can res each other. Next is Dupo Light for Acolyte. This is great if you have a high attack and magic attack in your adventure handbook. I do find in general Exceed Break to be better since it isn't tied to Holy. Next is Crazy Weed for Alchemist. This is another game changer. If you can remove traps and magic effects from the ground such as Earthfield, this is incredible. So even at level 1 you can remove 2 of these, which is a great way to counter Earthfield in PvP. So this is definitely my recommendation if you're really into PvP and you frequently encounter Earthfield. Finally is Rumble. This provides healing and removal status, which is okay. I'd rather choose Song of Return instead for support. Well, that's all. My first priority is to get Song of Return because even at level 1 it is game changing. For PvP, Crazy Weed is also amazing at level 1. It will deal with those pesky Earthfields for any class, so it's definitely something to look into. And then what happens with the skill quality 1 and 2? Well, I'll focus on that after, since I find the impact is much lower than the skill quality 3 ones. So what are your thoughts? What are you going to invest in first? If you enjoyed this video, please like, comment, and subscribe. Here's a video that I'd recommend, and if you want more Ragnarok Mobile Eternal Love content and sneak peeks, check out this playlist over here.